Welcome to Lunar Flow. We are in the waning part of the lunar cycle, so we are moving towards a new moon. So this is the time for quiet, it's the time to go inside, it's the time to slow down. So we are going to mirror that as we practice today. So let's start in a triple diamond. We will lay down with our spine on the ground, our feet on the ground, our head on the ground, and just take your time coming into the pose. We'll let our knees open first, connecting the bottoms of the feet. Knees point wide to the sides of the room. And then you can do what feels right with your hands and arms. So if it feels good to put hands to hips or belly or heart, or maybe out into a T, or connect pointer fingers and thumbs above your head. Really take that waning moon and run with it. So put your focus on the inside. What feels good to you? What feels right? What feels like the next step? The waning moon part of the cycle is just like the exhale part of the breath cycle. We're letting go of what we don't need, like in a very physical sense. We're eliminating, we're passing things through our system, breathing breath out that is that we no longer need, that's not helpful or healthy to us anymore. Gradually begin to bring to mind things that you too can let go of. Maybe they're physical things, maybe they're mental, maybe they're emotional, maybe it's memories. Just start to come to the conclusion that in order for new to thrive and exist, sometimes we have to let go. We have to shed the old. We have to close the old doors. Now, wherever your arms are placed, open them out into a big wide T. Let your shoulders soften down towards the ground. And then point your knees up towards the ceiling. Connect the bottoms of your feet with the ground beneath you. Pause right here just to feel the mat beneath you, under your hips, under your shoulders, under your head. And pick up your right foot, cross your right foot over your left knee, and just pause. Your left foot still connected with the mat, your right ankle's crossed over your left knee. And let's very slowly begin to tip our legs down to the left, setting the right foot down on the ground. The right knee points up to the ceiling. And allow this to open your right outer hip. So relax that part of your body. Really fall into that exhale part of your breath, that letting go, that giving up, that surrender. See if by bringing softness into your body, by relaxing, and softness into your mind and heart by focusing on it, just see how that softness kind of spreads through you on a physical level, but also on those levels that are less tangible. Let's move our body back We're gonna keep that right ankle crossed on top of your left knee. Find a reverse pigeon. Let's grab onto the back of our left leg. Pull your left leg in towards your chest. And then if you'd like, you can rock a little bit. Sometimes I think that feels nice on my low back and on my right hip, the outer hip. Make your way back to center if you've started rocking. And then set both of your feet down on your mat. Pause, notice the right side and the left side. And then make your way into another triple diamond, opening your knees and then placing your arms in the best spot for you. So we've got that waning moon theme going on for another week. We had the full moon a week ago. So in a week from today, the new moon will be happening, if not like very close by. But today, the moon is in Aries. I think it's today and tomorrow. This gives our emotional body this really like independent streak. The need to do things your own way, to feel your own feelings and to express them in whatever way makes sense to you. And at any given moment, that expression may require a different avenue to come out. Sometimes we get emotional and we get loud, or we get weepy, or we get so happy we don't even know what to do with ourselves. That impulsive emotional reaction is heightened when the moon is in Aries. Shift your knees so they point back up to the ceiling. Reconnect your feet down with the mat. And then take your left ankle, cross it over your right knee. Just pause for a moment. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And drop your legs over to the right side. This time the left foot lands on the ground, left knee points to the ceiling. Then bring your thoughts to softness in a physical sense on your left side, softening that left outer hip, your low back, but also by focusing on softness in your mind and in your heart, and just inviting yourself to let go, to become soft. Let's shift from here to a reverse pigeon. So slide your legs back to neutral, your hips back to neutral, and then grab onto the back of your right leg, draw your legs in towards your body. Let's move from here to a triple diamond. Set your feet down. On the mat, open your knees wide. This final triple diamond for the start of our practice. Place your arms wherever it feels appropriate. Hands to belly, heart, hips, in a T, connecting overhead. Let's set the tone or our intention for our practice. Trusting your own independence, your own independent nature, in order to surrender in a deep way, in a meaningful way. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And pull your knees up, hug them in towards your chest. Place your hands on your knees and find a little bit of movement. We can do circles or rocks from side to side, or anything else that feels good. Trust your own independent sense of what is best for you, and just practice listening to that little voice. Find our way back to center, back to neutral. Cross your legs at your ankles. Rock up and down your spine 3 times, 3 rock and rolls. And we will come into a tabletop position from there. I'll roll over the knees. Bring your hands down below your shoulders, your knees down below your hips. Take a couple of wiggles from side to side. C curves, waking up the side body. Just know that everything has a little ripple effect, everything that you do. So every breath that you take, every shape that you make with your body is going to have this slight ripple throughout your day. Make your way back towards a neutral spine. And then take your right heel to the wall behind you. Stretch your leg long, lifting your leg so it's parallel to the floor. Then let's open the leg out to the right side. We're going to put our foot down on the ground so our right foot is in line with the left knee. Once you get your right foot on the ground, start to move your hips back towards your back heel. Almost like you're going into a child's pose, but you do not have to come all the way down to the ground. The whole point here is to just bring length to the inner thigh. These are the muscles that tighten when we're dealing with fear or when we're dealing with rejection. So allow it to soften, allow that stuff to go. We don't need to be afraid. All we need to do is be independently and authentically who we are. Let's move our body back towards the tabletop, keeping that right foot still out to the right side. Let's pick it up, take the right leg back to the wall behind you, heel reaches back for that back wall, and then cross your foot over, toes come down to the left edge of the mat. Look around your left shoulder for your heel. Come back to neutral spine. Take your right leg back to the wall behind you. And then step your foot forward between your hands. So our right foot is at the top of the mat, left leg is back. We're gonna just slightly rock here, forward and back. We'll bring a bend into the right knee and then we'll straighten the right knee out. Just find a little bit of a flow. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze just to really solidify that inner focus, that internal awareness. Let's bring a bend back into the right knee so the knee stacks on top of the ankle. On an inhale, bring your hands up to the ceiling, straighten out your right leg. On an exhale, bend your elbows, bend your knee. We're gonna move more into a lunge. Inhale, straighten your leg, lift your arms. And exhale, bend, elbows and knee. So just go a few more times up and down, working on balance, even though we're not, it doesn't look like a typical balance pose, we still have to be in control so we don't wiggle and wobble and flop around. So hold your gaze strong, hold your core strong, your legs strong. We'll take one more bend with the knee and elbows, and then we'll straighten leg and arms before we fold our chest down towards our right thigh, framing the front leg with our hands. We'll drop the chest down and just bring length into the back part of your leg, behind your thigh, behind your knee, maybe into your calf a little bit. Let's bring a bend back into this knee, slide your hips forward, and then bring your right hand up on top of your right thigh, your right knee. We're gonna press into that hand and just start to look back over your right shoulder. Bring your gaze forward. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Lizard pose. Walk your right foot over to the right edge of your mat. You can stay up on the palms or you can drop down to a forearm or two. We won't be here for long, just a couple of breaths. So practice flexing your surrender muscle. Practice letting go. Practice softness and ease. All those things that come along with the exhale. It's a letting go, it's a cleansing. It's also like an indication to your nervous system that you're safe to heal. You're safe to restore and to digest and to get back to balance. Let's take one more breath here in lizard. Then wiggle your right foot back in between your hands. We're gonna lift up into a high lunge shape, so we'll pick our back knee up off of the ground. We're gonna move from here into a three-legged dog, so take your time, but take your right leg up and back. Roll your hip open, bend and unbend your knee a couple of times. Now when the moon is in any fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, movement sweating challenge is a good way to process excess emotional energy. So we have the moon in Aries. We're going to do just a little bit of challenging work today. And we'll start that by pulling the knee in towards the nose. So pull forward into a plank and hold. We'll draw our knee towards our chest. Hold steady, hold strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your right leg up and back. Stretch it up to the wall behind you. 3-legged dog. And then exhale, right knee, left elbow. Pull it forward. Hold steady, strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and back, 3-legged. And then right knee, right elbow, pull it forward. Hold steady, hold strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your right leg up and back. And then step your foot up between your hands and your left foot up between your hands. Take a halfway lift with an inhale. And then fold with an exhale. Extended mountain pose. Press to the floor to reach for the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe in, reach high. Breathe out, fold forward. Halfway lift. High plank, take your feet back. On or off your knees, move your body to downward facing dog. Take a couple of petals. And press down into both heels. Press, press, press to the floor. Let's lift up onto high tippy toes. Soften your knees so your shins come parallel with the floor. Hold steady. Engage everything like you're a crouching tiger, getting ready to go, getting ready to launch. Your arms are strong, your legs are strong, your core is strong. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set your knees down on the ground. Make any little adjustments you need in order to find a very strong tabletop. And then take some cats and cows. Find a little bit of a flow, a little bit of a wave and a rhythm. Make our way back to a neutral spine. Then take your left leg back to the wall behind you. Stretch it long. From there, open it out to the left side, setting it down on the ground in line with your right knee. Then start to move towards the child's pose, dropping your hips down towards your right heel. Remember, you don't have to come all the way down into the pose. We just want to stretch out that left inner thigh. Lift yourself up. We'll keep that left leg out to the side before we sweep it back. Left leg moves to the wall behind you before you set your toes down To the right side of the mat, look around your right shoulder for your heel. Bring yourself back to neutral. Take your left leg back to that wall behind you. And then step your left foot up between your hands. Find your easy rock, forward and back. Slowly waking up the back of your left leg. Slowly waking up your hips. Just finding a nice, easy rhythm for you to move along. All right, let's take one more. We'll bring a bend back into our left knee. And then place your left hand on your left thigh. We're going to start to lean into that side. Look back over your left shoulder. And find your way back to center. Frame your foot with your hands. And then with an inhale, come up tall. Straighten out your left leg. Take your hands above your shoulders. With an exhale, bend your knee, bend your elbows. Inhale, straighten, arms and leg. Exhale, bend. Find a nice up and down, controlled. We are working through balance here, even though we're not standing on one foot. Be deliberate with your eyes. Be deliberate with your core, with your arms, your fingers, all the little parts of your body. After your next inhale, your next straighten, fold your way down, dropping your chest down towards your left thigh, framing your foot with your hands. Take a breath in and then out. And begin to bend your left knee. Make your way in towards a lizard pose. We'll wiggle that left foot over to the left side of the mat. You can find a good way for your body to be here. Remind yourself of softness and surrender. And letting go. And see if you can find it in your body. See if you can find it in your mind and your heart. Let's take a breath in. And then a breath out. Start to lift yourself up out of lizard pose. We'll wiggle our left foot back in between our hands. And then we'll lift the right knee up. So we're in a high lunge shape with our legs, palms still connected with the mat. And let's take this left leg up and back for three-legged down dog. Bend your knee, straighten your knee, take a couple of movements here, bending and lengthening. And let's pull the left knee in towards the chest. Pull it in towards your nose. Hug it tight for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your leg up and back. And exhale, left knee, right elbow. Twist under your body. Hold strong, 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 strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it up and back. And then the left knee, left elbow, last one. Hold, hold, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and back. Stretch your leg long behind you. And then step your left foot through and your right foot through. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold and breathe out. Extended mountain pose, root to rise. Find the ceiling with your eyes. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach for the ceiling. And exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. High plank, take your feet back. Then find your way to down dog from there, on or off your knees. From down dog, pedal a couple of times. Press down into both of your heels. And then with an inhale, draw your body forward, shoulders over wrists. By 5 counts, we'll lower to the ground. So choose how you want to move. You can put your knees on the ground or you can just lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set your body down on the ground. Clasp your arms in front of you like you're taking ragdoll. Hands to elbows, and then rest your forehead down on your forearms. Alligator pose. Pause for a moment just to feel kind of shut off. Got our belly down on the ground, our face facing the ground. So let yourself be held by the floor. Take a breath in. Let your breath go. And reach your arms to the wall behind you. Fingertips reach back. With an inhale, lift up locust pose. Lift your chest, lift your legs. On your next exhale, release. Drop your right cheek down to the ground. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Bring your chin back to center. Reach your hands back behind you. Inhale, locust pose. Breathe a couple times deep. Remembering to send your breath down to your belly and really relishing that exhale. Next exhale, release your left cheek down to the ground. Take a moment just to pause. And then bring your chin back to center for one more locust or a floor bow, your choice. Floor bows, bend your knees, grab onto your feet or ankles. Locust pose, we've done it twice. You just go for a third. And once you get wherever you're going, breathe. Slowly release down. Right cheek finds the floor. Put your arms in the most comfortable resting position and then bend your knees and take your heels side to side. Bring your opposite cheek down to the ground. And take your legs out long behind you. Bring your chin to center, hands to either side of your chest. And let's press up to hands and knees. And then recline, bring your body back down to the ground, just like how we started. We'll bring our hips to the floor, our spine to the floor, head to the floor. Bring a bend into your knees. And then rest your hands on your low belly. And just pause for a moment. Imagine the heaviest thing that you carry, just leaving your body. Almost like you have been carrying a suitcase for a long time and you finally get to set it down. Oh, what a relief. Whatever that is for you, whatever you have in that suitcase, whatever you have that's so heavy, that you feel a need to bring it with you everywhere you go, see if you can put it down. Reach your fingertips down towards your heels. And with an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips up off of the ground. With an exhale, set your hips back down to the mat. Just a couple more like this with the breath. We're going to keep our hands rooted in the floor beside us. Press into your palms as you lift. Exhale as you release. The next time you breathe in and lift your hips, hold in bridge pose and just breathe normally from here. You can keep your palms pressing into the mat under you, or you can interlace your hands under your tailbone. Kind of walk your upper arm bones beneath you. However you choose to be, have strength in your legs. You're deliberately using your skeleton and muscles to be in a specific posture. Very slowly begin to set your body down, moving your arms out from under you if you have adjusted. And then bring your knees towards your chest. Hug them in close towards your body. From here, work into a happy baby. Hands come to feet, ankles, pant legs, whatever you can grasp onto. And then just be in the posture. Practice letting go, practice softening, practice trusting that you know what's next for you. You know what is best for you. And you know, you really trust that in the moment, your instincts will not fail you. Release your hold on your feet and take your legs up to the ceiling. You can hold the backs of your thighs if you'd like. You can also set your hands down beside your body on the ground. However you choose to be, take just a couple points and flexes before you settle into stillness, before you relax. Reverse cobbler, bring the bottoms of your feet together. Knees open wide, hands grab onto the feet, the ankles. Pull your knees in towards your chest. And then open your arms into a T. Set your knees down to the left side. And then your eyes down to the right side. Slowly shift your body over to the other side. Knees move to the right. Eyes and chin drop to the left. Move your knees back towards neutral. And get yourself set up for a final resting pose. So any kind of a shape, any kind of prop that you're craving. Get yourself all set up and then settle down for Shavasana. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Take your arms overhead. With another inhale, stretch out as long as you can stretch. With an exhale, soften as much as you can. One more time. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, release. And pull your knees towards your chest. Cross your legs at your ankles. Find your way up to a seated position with closed eyes or soft eyes. Release your hands down to your knees. Relax your shoulders down from your ears. And just really focus on relaxing the muscles around your head, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Pause to really, really lift up that practice of letting go. Appreciating the importance, appreciating the significance and the symbolism. And set your intention to hold that in the front of your focus today, as many times as it takes. Surrender, let go, surrender, let go. With your eyes still closed or soft, take a couple gentle movements with your head, maybe half circles or a little bit of a bobble from side to side. Bring your head to neutral. Connect your hands together at your heart center. With all my love and all my gratitude, namaste.